So now we're going to demonstrate the one-way ANOVA with the parachute example. So let's share our screen and go to our data set here, which is called parachute. And you may also experiment with that at home. So we have the tensile strength of 5 randomly selected parachutes, okay, from 4 different suppliers. The null hypothesis here is that the means of the 4 groups, mu1 equals to mu2 equals to mu3 equals to mu4. And to do that, we are going to do here one-way ANOVA using pH-stat, but it's also possible you can use the data analysis tool pack. And so you can either do it from here using the ANOVA with single factor here, okay, or you can just use the add-in if you're able to use the pH-stat. So what we need to do is to select multiple samples. Remember, 2 sample tests, and now we have multiple sample tests. And from here, we need to select one-way ANOVA test. Okay, so let's do that. Level of significance is selected, is left at 0.05. Now let's select highlight our data. And if the first cell contains label, it's fine. If it doesn't, unclick that. Tukey-Kramer procedure performs pairwise tests. If the null is rejected, you can do it either afterwards or just select it anyhow. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so what's the result of this test? Okay, so we have the ANOVA table that Excel prepared, and here we have the averages of the groups. Seems like the strength is highest at supplier 2 and lowest supplier 1. Okay, and now we have the sum of squares, which are automatically calculated across the groups, between groups, and within the groups. Okay, and the degrees of freedom, since we have 4 treatments, -1, and since we have 20 values, -4, 16 is the degrees of freedom for within groups. The mean squares and the F ratio, 21/6, and the p-value. So actually, since the p-value is a bit less than 0.05, so we reject the null hypothesis here. Okay, so that's at the level of significance of 0.01. Okay, and actually, so this is a reject the null hypothesis, and basically, if we decide to use a level of 0.01, okay, and then we would fail to reject the null hypothesis. And we have the Tukey-Kramer procedure here, but we have to do something. Okay, we have to fill this statistic here, and this is something we have to fill by looking into our textbook. Okay, and by looking into our textbook, we have to supply it with the correct Q statistic. That's in a table in the back of the book. And once actually we fill that, and the results will be displayed here corresponding to the pairwise statistics. Okay, so I think we'll do that later.